Hey, good evening, friends. Good to see y'all. Glad to be back with you on this Tuesday evening, the 19th. Good to see y'all. Hope all is going well. We are kind of starting to wind down for the evening. You might hear a little bit of noise in the background. They're having a good time. Somebody's using the breathing machine. I believe, we had a couple kids come down. Yeah, we had a couple kids come down with bronchitis, and so we're still doing some breathing stuff. So, hi Judy Booker, hi Yvonne, hi Betty. Good to see you guys. I hope you're all doing well. There's Owen. Hope you had a great day. Hope you had a productive day. I took Aaron and Nathan and Lily with me into the church today and met Mr. Keith and Nathan there, and we did some work in the sanctuary, in the or in the courtyard foyer area, and the overflows. And I want you to just know that we're working on getting things back to somewhat of a normal. I don't know if we're ever going to be a normal all the time, but we're making plans to get back into service, worshiping at the church. And I just realized I forgot to share this video. So while I'm talking, I'm going to try to do two things at once. All right. So we are, of course, putting measures in place to do some social distancing. That's important. We want to maintain safety. I read a blurb from Martin Luther. Not Martin Luther King, like Martin Luther, like 16th century Martin Luther, Lutheranism, all that stuff, 99 Theses. And he lived during the time of the plague, the bubonic plague, the Black Death, things like that. And so learned some just words of wisdom from him about how they practiced social distancing then. He didn't go out unless necessary, but at the same time, he didn't turn his neighbor away. He still followed through on doing what needed to be done and all that good stuff. And so I might share that eventually at some point after I digest it a little bit more. But know that we're working on putting stuff into place. One of the big things that we're trying to do is put a system in place so that we will continue to live stream even though we come back to worship in the sanctuary. There's a lot to go with that. There's a lot of components that fall into that arena, as well as volunteers, training, hardware, installation, cameras, wires, and dollars. It adds up quite quickly. So we're working on. I see that Lily's beginning to slow down a little bit. We're working on putting things into place. Cameras aren't cheap. Good quality cameras aren't cheap. Good processing software isn't cheap. Additional computer, video switchers. It adds up quite a bit. So we're trying to find the best way to put the best components that we can that are user friendly into the sanctuary. As well as setting the sanctuary up, marking off certain pews. We've actually opened up the overflow areas and have put some seating in there. Again, 6 feet, all that good stuff, so that we can have as many people as we want, or as necessary, if that makes sense. Not as we want. If as many people as we want, we'd have every seat full, right? And have chairs put out everywhere else. But I'm rambling. Yeah, just getting stuff set up and figuring all that out in the midst of it. Blazing new trails at KFC. But we're going to come out better. We're going to come out ahead of where we were. And we're going to begin worshiping together May 31st, Pentecost Sunday. Less than 2 weeks now. One more Sunday via live stream, and then if you choose, you're able to come back. If you choose to stay at home and continue on a live stream, we are still going to offer that. And in fact, we're going to do our best to do a better job at it with better quality equipment, better cameras, sound, audio, all that stuff. We're also going to work on some technical stuff, embedding it into our website so that you don't have to either. So if you don't have a YouTube or a Facebook account, that doesn't mean you have to watch it late. You can watch it live with us, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Ustream, whatever. We're going to embed it into our church website, kfcnaz.com, and you can go right there and boom, there it is. You don't have to click on another link. You don't have to sign up for something. We want to get away from all that, and we want to make it as easy and seamless as possible, and figure all that out. So lots of stuff happening. We have some, if you would, pray for our leadership team and our church board. We have some decisions to make this Thursday as we have another online board meeting. That's been interesting, isn't it? Having all these online meetings. But pray for your leadership team as we have to figure out some of those next steps. And I'm going to be presenting some plans and stuff. But for now, we're just using the equipment that we have in hand. Like we'll be using, our little DSLR camera this Sunday to have better quality video. I've learned how to input sound from our soundboard at church, so I won't have to stand in front of that table with the microphone all the time. I'll be able to have my microphone on like we would on a normal Sunday and move around, and you'll still be able to hear me. How cool is that? So just integrating all those little aspects is going to be key. So hang with us. We're trying a lot of new stuff, trial and error, experimenting, but at the same time, pray for us as well. So looking forward to getting back in the sanctuary, and part of looking forward to that is so that we can see each other, be energized, be recharged by worshiping as one body, and then go back out and be the people that God has called us to be. So know that whether we meet in that building ever again, we are still the church, and God has still called us to go and make disciples. So I want to encourage you tonight, don't lose that calling. Don't get discouraged. Don't get hung up on the fact that, maybe you might be a little bit compromised, so maybe you shouldn't come worship. Don't be saddened. Don't get frustrated. Know that God has a plan. He's still using you, whether we worship together or not. Some of you might be asking questions. Are we going to wear masks? Yes. Are we going to have to wear masks? Is it going to be mandated that you wear a mask or you turn us away? No. We're trying to set the sanctuary up in a manner that those of you who want to wear a mask and want to be as isolated as you can, but you still want to come to church, there's going to be a place for you. For those of you who feel there are some health risks according to wearing masks, and I've heard both sides of the story from doctors, from nurses, from professionals, you don't have to. And there's going to be a place for you as well. We want to make sure, though, that we respect each and everyone's decision. We don't cross lines. We don't get frustrated, upset about that. We will have a few masks on site. If you choose to wear one, we will give you one. There will be hand sanitizer stations. Ushers will seat you and exit you according to dismiss you according to where you like to sit, mask or no mask, or you're indifferent. So we want to do our best to take care, but also we want to just get back and worship, and I am looking forward to that day. All right, guys. Well, I've rambled enough, spent enough time on here. We need to spend some time in prayer. That's why we gather in these evening times, to recharge, to refocus, take some deep breaths, and be like that little girl behind me as she's slowly drifting off to sleep. Lily! Yeah, she's out. But let's take just a moment and take a couple deep breaths like we have been doing. Forget about the stress of the day. Forget about the mistakes you may have made, or the victories or the losses, either or. Forget about all that, and let's fix our eyes on what God has in store for us next. Take a couple breaths. Let the stress roll away. Let's spend some time getting ready to pray together. All right, and we'll be right back in just a minute, and we'll say the Lord's Prayer as one. As we come back together, I pray that your heart is settled, that your mind is beginning to be opened up to Him as we're gonna begin to pray this prayer that Jesus taught His disciples to pray. I would ask that it's not just something that we recite, but that we actually take to heart and we mean it and it's real. When we say the first line, Our Father, do you really believe that He is your Father, that He is taking care, that He watches over, that He wants the best for you? As we go through line by line, there's so much packed into this. And one of these days, I'm going to probably preach line by line and even word by word through this great and powerful prayer. But for now, let's recite it together the way Jesus taught His disciples to pray. Are you ready? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen and amen. Well, guys, it's always a joy to be with you in these evening times to rest and relax and kind of wind the day down. It's good to kind of refocus before we get ready to go to bed and we shut our eyes. We shut our eyes with the confidence knowing that Jesus cares, that He is there, and that He is more than capable to take care of all that's going on in this world today. So I pray tonight that you would be rested. I pray that you would sleep well, that your body would physically be recharged, and also that your mind would be restored, so that tomorrow when we wake up refreshed and ready to serve Jesus a brand new day. All right, guys. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Hope you have a great night. Rest, relax, trust in Him. And again, we're looking forward to getting back together again very soon, May 31st. Put it on your calendar. We'll see you. All right, guys. Many blessings. Take care.